Welcome to Combative Wing Chun. I'm Sifu David, and today we're going to talk about Wing Chun versus Jeet Kune Do, or Jeet Kune Do versus Wing Chun. Which one is better? Which one is better for you? What is the difference? We're going to get into that in this video. So stay tuned. There's a lot of information. We're going to dive right in. Let's talk about the stance of Jeet Kune Do. Jeet Kune Do stance is with your right foot forward, left foot in the back, almost in the line. Your left foot is out slightly and with your heel up. You can see that your heel is up like this. So that you're using the ball of your foot to launch forward, just like a track runner. Your body is slightly 45 degrees this way. Your front fist is in a low position with the elbow down, pointing at the opponent's target. So this is always a threat to your opponent. The backhand is here to protect any other attacks that are coming in. So that's the Jeet Kune Do stance. Here's the Wing Chun stance. The traditional stance is called a Jeet, which is translated, which means the letter 2. The letter 2 is like this in Chinese, right? So the letter 2, which means squeezing on the sheep or the goat, and ma means stance. So what they're basically saying is, imagine you have your legs squeezing a sheep between your knees. So the point of it is to keep the pressure inside of your legs here. The hands are in a baizhong position. Baizhong, which means positioning it against the dummy. So they're all on the center line, and I'm facing my attacker square on. So we're going to talk about what the disadvantages and advantages of this stance. Now there's another Wing Chun stance, which is called the front leading one, which is similar, but now I just have one foot in front. It could be the left foot, or it could be the right foot. Notice I switch stance. Okay? So if I switch to the front foot lead, now my right hand is in the front. Okay? So this is also similar to the crane stance. Reason is because crane is the forefather of Wing Chun. So either it's going to be right foot in front or left foot in front. But this is still protecting center line, and then I'm basically still square towards my opponent. I'm not turned sideways like this. So those are the two stances. I showed you the Jeet Kune Do, Bruce Lee's Jeet Kune Do stance, and I showed you the classical Wing Chun stance. Now, what is a stance? The stance outlines the strategy of the whole martial art. So let's take a look at Jeet Kune Do. Why does Bruce Lee stand like this? What is the strategy? Okay. Actually, Jeet Kune Do is backwards from Wing Chun and backwards from a lot of traditional martial arts. Jeet Kune Do, if you translate it into Chinese, means Jeet Kune Do, which means the way of the intercepting fist. Bruce Lee's strategy was to be able to intercept the fist and to beat the guy to the punch. He can do it because he's fast and he's quick, and he's probably one of the fastest attackers and the fastest martial artists that ever lived. So he can pull it off because he's so fast. So can you train yourself to be as fast as him, or even partially as fast? If you can do that, then Jeet Kune Do might be a good strategy for you. So in Jeet Kune Do, let's get Will in here for a second. In Jeet Kune Do, I want to be able to beat him to the punch. Okay? Now, if I have my hand out here, it's already halfway to the target. Okay? And then when my foot is cocked here, I'm getting ready to launch an attack. So I want to be able to attack him before he attacks me. Okay? Because in the street fight situation, people are not going to get in a guard and dance around and wait for somebody to launch an attack. They're going to have their hands down most of the time, and then just come out and hit. So in a street fight situation, the reason that Jeet Kune Do is very good is because when he attacks, I want to hit him before he can even get his attack off. Okay? Thus the term Jeet Kune Do, intercepting fist. I am intercepting his fist, he's attacking, and I'm already there. Okay, so what it does, it takes lots of training to be able to read his body movements. and also read movements that are not happening even before it's attacked. Because before somebody attacks, what does he have to do? Usually, they'll take a breath, right? And before they take a breath, before they attack, what do they need to do? They need to target you, right? And before they target you, what do they need to do? Their mind needs to be aware that they want to target you, okay? So in Chinese, we have the saying, before the body moves, the qi moves. Before the qi moves, the mind moves, okay? So if you can predict and you can read the person's intention, and you can also read his breath, which is the qi, then the body is easy to read because it's slower than everything else. So in Jeet Kune Do, you want to be able to train yourself so that if you can attack anytime you want. Okay, attack anytime you want. Okay? It looks like I'm just hitting him, but just attack anytime you want. So as soon as I feel that he's about to attack, as soon as I see, which is even slower, that he's about to attack, I actually have a lot of time to react to his attack. And because I'm in this guard, I'm already halfway there, right? I'm not starting from here. This is a longer distance. I'm already halfway there. Okay, let's move closer. I'm already halfway there. Instead from here, I'm already there. So it becomes a faster and more effective way to intercept and to use your speed and use your power to overcome the attacker. So we talked about the strategy of Jeet Kune Do, which is to be faster than your opponent, cut him off with your fist, and be able to launch fast and to intercept his attacks. That is the strategy of Jeet Kune Do. And it worked very well for Bruce Lee because he is so fast and he's so non-telegraphic that you can't tell he's going to attack. And he's able to read his opponents so well that he can close in before the person can even think about attacking. Okay, so now let's talk about Wing Chun. What are the advantages and what are the strategies of Wing Chun? Well, actually it's backwards from Jeet Kune Do. Because in Wing Chun you stand like this. This is not the position you want to be in order to launch forward. Because it's not the fastest way to launch forward. Wing Chun is designed to actually pivot. That's why in Samkhya we do so much pivot. Because Wing Chun was designed to be fought on boats. Okay? So if you're asking which martial art is better, well, let's take a look at the martial art. Why was it invented? Why was it developed in the first place? Who used it when they developed it? What were they doing when they were using it? Well, Wing Chun was invented on boats and then perfected by the boat operas back in China. Okay? So what are boats? They're not stable, right? And there's lots of stuff lying around on the ground. You don't want to be moving around too much on the boat. You don't have that much space. So they designed a stance like this, a chain stance, to be able to operate and be able to counter people in a very small space. Now in northern China, they'll have a longer stance, okay, like this, because they use it for more kicks and they use it for jumping. They're able to jump off like rocks and things because they're not using it on a boat. They have more room to use their techniques. So you have to look at the martial art. What was it used for, right? So Wing Chun, if you talk about classically, this is the stance. So it's opposite of intercepting his fist. What Wing Chun does, the strategy is to block and attack at the same time. Okay? So if he's attacking, I'm blocking and attacking at the same time. Or if it's straight, right? I want to block and attack at the same time. Okay? Which is pretty fast. Pretty fast compared to other martial arts, because other martial arts will be to you attack, will be to block and then punch, right? Or will be to block and then punch, right? So most martial arts will be 2 beats. In Wing Chun, we condense that into 1 beat, right? 1 beat, right? 1 beat, block and attack at the same time. So that's where Wing Chun is very useful, because it's that much faster. Now, that is the strategy of Wing Chun, is to be able to do those things simultaneously. Now, let's contrast that with Jeet Kune Do. Jeet Kune Do, let's say it attacks. I don't even need to block, because I'm attacking and cutting him off. Okay? So those are the 2 strategies. And you decide what's better for you. Are you fast enough to use Jeet Kune Do? Are you fast enough to read your opponent's attacks that you can use and cut in that fast? Now, if you're not that fast, maybe Wing Chun strategy might be better for you, because it comes in here, you can see it coming, then you block and tag at the same time. Is basically the second best thing you can do. Okay? So those are the two different strategies of Wing Chun versus Jeet Kune Do. So I get this question a lot. People ask me, Super David, what is your style? What kind of style you have? Well, it's something like a combination of different things. Because I train in Jeet Kune Do and I train in Wing Chun. And I've taken the best stuff from both worlds and then made it into my own system called Combative Wing Chun and also Accelerated Wing Chun. Okay? So what I did is basically combine the two things. I'm going to combine the attack and defense at the same time from Wing Chun, and also the ability to close in on the opponent and to intercept his attack. Okay? So that's why if you attack, right, then I go into Wing Chun at this point because I'm closer. So I start with Jeet Kune Do, right? I start with Jeet Kune Do, and then I end up with Wing Chun. Okay? So those are so I'm able to blend both Jeet Kune Do and Wing Chun. So which one's better for you? Well, you decide. What do you like? What are your physical abilities? What can you train? And what suits your style? So if you have any questions, make sure you comment down in the comment section. You probably have a lot. If you have some other tips that you want to give some other people on this channel, then go ahead and put it in the comment section. So like, subscribe, and I'll see you soon in the next lesson.